What I'm going to show you here is a Ruger M77 .308 caliber Gunsite Scout. Now this little guy here, coming right out of the box, is going to cost somebody between $800 and $900. These are very expensive type rifles, if you will. What I'd like to do here, I'll just start at the barrel end. I took the original flash suppressor off the flash hider and I put an S.E.I 14-point muzzle brake. And S.E.I stands for Smith Enterprises Incorporated. And if you don't know what you're doing, I take this jobber to a gunsmith to get that done. Because this piece right here, I run about 200 rounds through it, and it does have a little bit of kick to it, and it does have a little bit of muzzle flip, but that S.E.I muzzle brake helped that out a lot. Okay, this is a black rifle. They do make them in stainless steel. This one's left-handed, by the way. That's a modified taper barrel, a medium barrel. Okay, moving right on down the rifle here. Coming with the rifle right here is a set of Picatinny rails. It's about 6 inches long, which allows you to put any kind of a scope setup on here that you can possibly dream up, for the most part anyway. What I've here for a scope mount is a Burris P.E.P.R, which stands for Perfect Eye Positioning Relief. And it's a one-piece jobber. There's the attachment screws right there to the Picatinny rail, if you can see them. That little chunk of metal right there, this mount setup is one piece. That's going to cost you 100 bones. Same with that muzzle brake right there. Part of my tricks and tips here is to invite you to set one of these up any which way you want to, because this stuff can get very expensive. I got about $1,800 into this rifle right here. This is a 10-round clip. This is a plastic clip, if you will, Kevlar or polypropylene that I got from Ruger, because the one that comes with is a boxy metal thing, and it's got a little bit of ring to it. Makes a little bit of noise and whatnot. I don't particularly care for that. But this clip right here, and there is 10 rounds in there, and that is a .308 round. I've been playing around with 180 grain. You might want to reload your own ammunition, play around with different bullet weights to get a better group picture, if you will. I get about, with this setup right here, I get about 1.5 inch group, something like that, at 100 yards, and that's sandbagged in using no gun vise. Don't believe in them things. Okay, this has got the standard M77 Mauser 98 action, if you will. Standard 3-position safety that Ruger's got right there, all the way back like that is, you know, fully on safe. That's half safe right there. That'll allow you to jack the round out, but the firing pin won't fire it, of course, all the way forward. You know, this thing's ready to go. It's hot. Number one rule of firearms, ladies and gentlemen, is safety, of course, and I originally set this thing up for a brush rifle, if you will. I might want to talk about this scope for a second. This is a Leupold X1 hog scope with a fire dot. Okay? Right here, this button here, you press it 7 times. Every time you press this, that dot gets a little bit brighter and a little bit brighter inside here. Those are Butler Crick flip-ups I got on this scope. This scope right here will set you back about $400 to $500. So the way Ruger's got this, they've also got a set of PEEP sights right here that are adjustable. My advice is, if you buy one of these, take it out of the box and run a couple of rounds through it before you get too excited about decking the rifle up, because like I say, this bugger right here, I got about $1,800 into this thing. It does have a laminated wood stock, black and gray, done up very nice. It's got a pretty hairy, pretty beefy recoil pad. You won't have to worry about that. one of the reasons why I put this muzzle brake on here, it's got 14 points in that muzzle brake, by the way, is this rifle coming out of the box had quite a bit of flip, muzzle flip like that. This reduced that muzzle flip and recoil by about 50% all the way across the board. Okay, right where this P.E.P. sights are right here, you can take these P.E.P. sights off, and it's dovetailed right there, if you will, to put you could put a set of Ruger rings on here and just get you a more conventional setup other than what I got, because like I say, this situation is kind of spendy here. Okay, what else can I talk about on this thing? The barrel was 16.5 inches long. I set this up strictly for a brush rifle. It has nothing to do with long distance shooting. I get into situations with elk and mule deer up in the mountains where I live here in Montana, and sometimes I get shots that are very, very close. And also I've got this set up, this one-piece mount setup made by Boris. It's a P.E.R. It's hollow. There's a hollow channel right through here. Believe it or not, I've actually got this thing flipped around. It's supposed to be going the other way, but I flipped it around this way so I get more of the scope back towards my eye, if you will. But I can look right down that P.E.P. sight right there, and I can still see those military type sights that come with. So my advice is to take it slow with this rifle, fix it up any which way you want to, because you could put a red dot scope on here. There's all kinds of things. You could maybe put a better P.E.P. on here and like that, but this rifle does okay. I don't know what else I can talk about here. I think that's about it. Mauser 98 action, like I say, 16.5 inch barrel, wooden stock, laminate. Very nice rifle. Okay, I think that'll about do it. Thank you very much for the movie review.